going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Wow, we have a lot to talk about today, so we're not going to waste any time with an intro. The only thing that I will ask is that if you're a fan of baseball, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 300,000 subs, and we do this every single day, so the grind is real. I have to say that the Oakland A's, are they being supplied with the nectar of the baseball gods? Because they cannot lose. Yesterday they played the Twins, and I for sure 1,000,000% would have put my life savings on the fact that the A's were finally going to lose yesterday. But guess what? The Twins decided to become a Little League team. They had 2 errors in the bottom of the 10th. I don't understand what the heck happened. This is not real. This is fake baseball. Like, what are we watching right now? The A's are on fire. Their 11th win in a row. They are a top 5 legitimate offense now. You have Seth Brown coming out of nowhere with 3 home runs and a plus 1,000 OPS. Matt Olson is now up to 6 home runs and a plus 1,000 OPS. I mean, I don't know why I hated on the A's so much to begin the season because they are making me look so stupid, it's not even funny. But round of applause to the Oakland A's. They refuse to give up. They refuse to stop dominating baseball, and I tip my cap. Congrats, A's fans. You got a good team on your hands. Another crazy game that resulted in a walk-off. The Royals versus the Tampa Bay Rays. I for sure, just like I thought the Twins were going to win, I for sure 1,000,000% thought the Rays were going to walk away with a W because they put up 4 runs in the first inning off 3 extra base hits. And then the Royals said, I bet, as they go off for a home run, another home run, and then they use the small ball in the 9th inning as Salvador Perez might be the most clutch hitter in all of Major League Baseball. So let me know in the comment section down below. If it was bottom of the 9th, you're down by 3 with the bases loaded and 2 outs. If you could have one hitter, who would it be? Because Salvador Perez, over the last week, he's shown that, honestly, I might choose him. Francisco Lindor hit his first home run as a member of the New York Mets. I am totally not salty. I'm so happy about him. Yeah, that was about it for the Mets yesterday. I know Pete Alonso hit an absolute mammoth home run, but that was a long 4th inning for Dave Peterson, the bullpen, and the Mets franchise as a whole as the Cubs go off for 7 runs. The final box score was 16-4 because Baez, who is having a very strange season, we'll talk about that in a second, he hit a grand slam, so that was his 5th home run of the year. He's up to 6 RBIs and has 5 stolen bases. So as a fantasy baseball player, he's doing pretty well, unless you're in a league that subtracts points away with strikeouts, because he has 1 walk to 31 strikeouts. His plate discipline is all-time bad. He might have the worst eye in Major League Baseball history. He just refuses to walk. He strikes out a ton. But like we said, 5 home runs, pretty solid. 16 RBIs, that's some solid run production. And 5 stolen bases and good defense. I mean, he's got about 0.5 WAR already on the season, so that's not horrible. But yeah, the Cubs scoring 16 and the Mets only scoring 4, because a week ago the Cubs were the worst team in baseball at driving in runners, and now the Mets are kind of, they flipped places, man. So the title of today's video, I can't believe I even had to title it like that because Gleyber Torres looks like he is straight quitting on the New York Yankees. We'll bring that up in just a moment because Ian Anderson, he is no easy feat for any team, but this was the worst timing for the Yankees because they have been bad over the last 2 weeks, and Ian Anderson, he's no joke. Now, I will give some credit to Corey Kluber because he wasn't even bad. He actually turned in a fairly decent start, but the Yankees' effort was atrocious. I'm going to go ahead and show this right now. Gleyber Torres, he was trying to check swing and he did end up making contact and the ball went fair, and instead of booking it to first base like Derek Jeter or Didi Gregorius beats that out 10 times out of 10. Gleyber Torres says, you know what, I've been really bad over the last 60 games. Over his last 58 games, he's actually resulted in a negative WAR. He's been terrible since the beginning of 2020, and I will say that 4 of the top Yankees hitters are hitting below 200, so all around, the Yankees are not getting great starts. Aaron Boone is trying to be Kevin Cash and trying to have openers and not starting the right people on the right day. I mean, the Yankees just all around are a complete and utter mess. They are 6-11. I mean, dude, the Pirates are playing better baseball than the Yankees. I mean, that's Bush League right there. He dogged it. He did not sprint. We all know that Didi would have ran that out. We all know that Jeter is beating that out as well. So I don't really think that Gleyber Torres is fitting the Yankees kind of head down and play baseball at a hard level mentality. Could he get shipped, or is he just having a stretch of bad baseball where he's kind of just, he's ashamed? I don't know. That looked like he was embarrassed.
But I feel like I can put a little bit more effort run to the first base.
Is that just frustration in that moment?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the situation, that is the moment I wanna hit to help my team and just feel like that's check swing and hit the ball straight to the pitcher. It's not the way I wanna finish my at bat, and it is what it is.
Moving on over to another team that I think is very exciting to start 2021, the Phillies. They just narrowly got past the San Francisco Giants as the #1 overall pick in 2016. Mickey Moniak joined the bandwagon. I think that he is going to be very solid over the next few years. He hit his first MLB home run. And please, for the love of God, Phillies management, don't ever start Roman Quinn ever again. He needs to never be a starter while Mickey Moniak is alive. Just trust me on that. Zach Eflin, he goes 6 innings. Harper hits home run number 4 and raises his OPS to an insane 11-18 as Andrew Knapp is able to walk it off in the 9th inning. Now, I will say, even though the Phillies won, their bullpen is still not very good. They need Archie Bradley back, but good for them. The Phillies playing good baseball lately. So we saw Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani leave the yard for the Angels. It is really hard to beat them when both of those guys are at the top of their game, but the Rangers did with the help of Adolis Garcia. Do you know that Adolis Garcia is in the top 12% in sprint speed, and he's in the top 2% in outs above average? So he's fast, he's a fantastic defender, and with that home run and the swag, his jersey sales are about to soar through the roof. Nate Lowe homers and Joey Gallo walks again. He has 20 walks in 18 games, so even though he's hitting like 222, his on-base percentage is almost 500. Insane. Tyler Mahley's insane start for the Reds, 6 2/3 innings, 0 earned runs, and 9 strikeouts, completely butchered by the bullpen as Josh Van Meter hits a 3-run homer to tie it up, and then the Diamondbacks scored 5 runs in the 10th inning. They had back-to-back runs given up from pitchers just not doing their job. One of them was from a hit-by-pitch, one of them was from a wild pitch. So the Diamondbacks are now top 7 in runs, and they're on a 3-game winning streak. So their pitching might be a little bit suspect anytime that Zach Gallen is not on the mound, but offensively, they're the real deal. Speaking of the real deal, I truly believe that Trevor Rogers is going to be a fantastic starter in this game for a long time. He is that guy. He goes 7 innings, does not allow a single run, and has 8 strikeouts. The Marlins now have a top 7 team in regards to team ERA, so their pitchers have been fantastic. Jesus Aguilar and Adam Duvall, they drive in those 3 runs as Jazz Chisholm collects 2 base hits and raises his slugging percentage to .630. He's a second baseman. That's not supposed to be a thing. Another doubleheader I want to bring up, the Pirates versus the Tigers. The Pirates do all of the damage in that first game of the doubleheader in the 4th inning as Tyler Anderson has a very solid outing, 5 innings, and hands the game to the bullpen, and they're able to nail it down. The complete opposite happened in game number 2. Nico Goodrum and Akil Baddoo, they kind of took over the game offensively as Spencer Turnbull turns in a fantastic start. 5 innings, only 1 earned run, and has 6 strikeouts. And Scope, I can't believe I'm even saying this, in 55 at-bats, he finally had his first extra base hit. And you have Akil Baddoo breaking out of his slump. He was 0 for his last 12 or 14, but he's back in business. I'm hoping that he can keep it up. And then the Astros, they finish off the game. Now, side note, even though the Pirates lost game number 2, Phillip Evans, I think he hit a home run. In his last 27 games, he has a .921 OPS. So is Phillip Evans the real deal? I guess we have to wait and see. Rockies versus the Astros. Trevor Story, Daza, and Nunez, they drive in all of the runs for the Rockies yesterday as Austin Gomber, I don't remember how to say his last name. He was one of the bigger pieces in that trade for Nolan Arenado. He gets his first W as a Rocky, but they're playing the Astros, who don't really have their team intact, and the Rockies aren't very good. So kind of a I don't want to say sloppy matchup, but kind of is. And then the final games I want to talk about from yesterday, the Nationals shut out the Cardinals as Carlos Martinez wasn't even that bad. He goes 6 innings, only allows 1 earned run, but that was to Alex Avila. And when you have Max Scherzer on the other side of the bump, you're not going to win that game if he's on top of his game. The Max Scherzer resurgent season is underway. He has only allowed 5 earned runs in 25 innings. He has a sub-2 ERA. I'm hoping that he's back in that Cy Young conversation because baseball's better when Max Scherzer is one of the faces of baseball. The Brewers beat the Padres yesterday with the help of Jace Peterson. He drives in 2, and then Narvaez hits a 2-run home run. A lot of people don't talk about him as being one of the more underrated catchers in baseball, but if he is consistently good, he can be a top 10 catcher in my opinion. The Brewers are now on a 3-game winning streak, and they're 1.5 games ahead of the Cincinnati Reds, who are now on a 3-game losing streak. And then last but not least, a battle of the AL East. The Jays offense came to play early as their core guys drive in 4 in the first 2 innings. Now, the Red Sox staff was able to kind of suppress them for the next few as their offense picked up the pace, but the Blue Jays, they pull away in the 9th inning. So the Red Sox are now 2 games ahead of the Rays and 3.5 games back to the Jays after that loss. And even with that loss, I truly believe that the Red Sox are going to be good for the foreseeable future. And if they can get Chris Sale back, it's probably not going to happen, but if by some miracle they get Chris Sale back towards the end of the year, maybe they can make a full-on playoff push, okay? It could happen. And I say that because I don't expect the Yankees to be this bad for the rest of the year. I mean, if the A's can win 11 in a row after starting off the year 0-6, let's not discount the Yankees team either. They can pop off for a few win streaks over the course of the next 140 games. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. And now let's go ahead and end it with this day in MLB history. Again, hopefully something exciting happened.
That one is hit well. Manager reacting to it. That ball is hit deep. It's his second home run. Now low, and this game is going to be tied up. That ball is hit, and that one is on its way. Number 4 in a row. And the Red Sox